Welcome to the fifth and final part of our seminar series. In this section, we're going to be talking about Medicaid spend down. What is Medicaid spend down? As you've seen in the other parts of the series, Medicaid and MassHealth have very specific asset limits, and if you are over their asset limits, you can't qualify for in-home care or facility-based care, and they won't pay. If you've got money, they won't pay. They want you to be broke first. They want you to spend every dime that you've ever made over your entire life, and when you're dead broke, then go and apply for coverage and they'll pay. The way we get around that is through what's called asset spend down. The asset limit for an individual person is $2,000. Very often we have clients that come to us that have hundreds of thousands of dollars to even millions of dollars and more, and we have to figure out how to reduce their assets from that high number all the way down to $2,000. And we have to do it in a way that's acceptable to MassHealth. For example, giving gifts is not an acceptable spend down by MassHealth, and they will penalize you for it. So some people will ask us, can't I just put my house in my son or daughter's name, or can't I just give my grandkids the money? No, you cannot. MassHealth will hone in on that very, very quickly, and they will penalize you for all of those gifts. To avoid that, we have to use allowable spend down techniques that MassHealth has deemed as being okay. A few examples of that are personal services contracts and written leases. So let's talk about personal services contracts first. Many adults that are in need of long-term care are taken care of by their kids in some shape or form. So we've got one or even multiple kids going in on a daily basis or a pretty regular basis helping to take care of mom or dad. MassHealth says that we can set up a personal services contract where the children that go in and spend time taking care of mom or dad can be paid for those services. Now there are requirements. For example, the contract has to be in writing and the pay rate per hour has to be a reasonable rate. But what we're allowed to do is have mom and dad pay the kids for these services, and by doing so, we're decreasing their assets over time, and that's an allowable spend down for MassHealth. Another allowable spend down through MassHealth is if mom and dad are paying rent. A lot of the time we have mom and dad moving in with their kids to help take care of them and to help keep them out of a nursing home. Very often the kids won't want to charge rent to mom and dad. They want them to live there rent-free. However, if mom and dad's assets are over the MassHealth limits, we can set up a written lease. Again, there are strict requirements. The lease has to be in writing and the rent amount has to be reasonable. But as long as we do it the right way, mom and dad can pay rent to the kids and spend down their assets. There are other tools that can be used for MassHealth spend down. For example, prepaid funerals. I know that it's morbid, it's not a fun thing to talk about, but MassHealth will allow you to prepay to a funeral home for funeral and burial services to help spend down your assets, and MassHealth has deemed that to be okay. The last way, and probably the most complicated way to do a MassHealth spend down, are through what are called Medicaid annuities. Medicaid annuities are extremely complicated. This is another one of those don't try this at home kids. You need an expert to help set this up. Essentially what we're doing is we're taking an asset, we are paying it over to an insurance company into an annuity. An annuity is just an insurance contract where an insurance company takes a lump sum of money and pays that money back over time with interest. If done right, we can take a large asset in the hundreds of thousands of dollars or even the millions of dollars, put it into one of these Medicaid annuities, and virtually spend down all of mom and dad's remaining assets, plug them into this annuity, and allow them to qualify for MassHealth. It's a lot more complicated than that. For more details on Medicaid annuities, I've written an excellent report on Medicaid annuities. It explains the process in great detail and exactly how it works. You can download that report for free from our website. So go to montefortelaw.com and you can go to the tab for free offers. The Medicaid annuity report is there. It's available to you in PDF or in hard copy at no cost. It gives you all of the information of the way these annuities work. There are other tools, both in pre-planning and in crisis planning, that we can use to help spend down assets. Thank you for joining our 5-part seminar on long-term care. I truly hope that you found it helpful and informative. The next step is the hardest part, and that's taking some action. Call the office, 978-657-7437, and book a strategic planning session with us. That's a 1-hour session that's focused on you, where we will talk about your specific situation and the best plan for you and your family's future. You can call the office, or you can go and book online at bookmyplanningsession.com. If you haven't done so already, go back and watch our other seminar on estate planning. Lots of great information there as well.